right, man. So look, let's get to the top 10 albums of the year. 10 is a lot. Is it? 10 usually a lot.
Honestly,
it's not enough.
Nah, this year
it was hard.
You would think it'd be enough, but we got a lot of good albums.
Mentions like a motherfucker.
Right.
So,
this year was crazy.
Let's get to it, man. What's her name? Well, let's Lazy go first.
Yeah. Come on,
man. Why y'all go first, man?
Y'all know I'm going last.
All right, y'all already know off top. I got Landlord, Far From Perfect. This album, I've always respected everything about the Landlord, but this album made me fall in love with him all over again. Like, it was everything. Right after that, I got Trey Bizzle, Garvey, 2 albums that I just boom back to back with it. After I left the panel last year and Skinny was like, you know, his Bizzle. I was like, let me tap in, and I said, oh, I get it now. You feel me? I get it. You know, I'm gonna have to put my girl, the Goddess Deification up in there. Babe Blue, My Turn.
Yeah.
That was.
Who you just said?
Babe Blue, My Turn.
Yeah.
I feel like he just knows his sound, bro. Like, and I'm here for it. Lil J.O., Most Valuable Player.
Lil J.O.
I watched my brother rap J.O. like he dirt.
Yeah.
That's, man, J.O. hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you sleeping on J.O., y'all crazy.
It was red. We got the umbrellas. Look, that nigga's cold, man.
The way my nephew just did that nigga this year, the way my nephew just played that nigga the other day, the whole album almost put him on mine. Well, let's go.
And a lot of my picks is like also it's a lot of great albums, right? But then I'm also looking like, okay, what sounds industry ready too?
Yes, sir.
What's mixed, clean, and all that. Like,
and in no order.
Yeah, it's no order. It's no order. I mean, Far From Perfect definitely number 1. I'm just okay. You know what I'm saying? Taylor Weeze, let's talk more. Right?
Hey now.
Let's get it. Ty Herbo, In Due Time, which was hard because I was like, do I pick the real me? Or In Due Time? But the features and the way Gas and the whole Gas Station studio put that together, man, I had to go with that. And then you got Brody on it. Like, it was just,
Brody.
I had to do In Due Time.
Okay.
Y'all probably gonna be mad at me, but of course Euros.
Okay.
That nigga's dope.
Yeah, but you know, people be like, well, no, don't count because he. Like,
you know what though?
He
was on my top 10 last year. The same album. Like, he dropped the deluxe this year.
Beat selection always on point.
That album is dope.
Lyrics on
point. Artist to me.
Yeah, he always on point.
You safe with us.
We're gonna trip later, but I'm gonna follow that up with Perrier Unorthodox. My boy makes the craziest albums, and then when we get into these honorable mentions, then we go. Okay, let me speed it up. Okay, so Perrier Unorthodox. I'm gonna go. This was hard, right? But I put Benzo 300 in here, Rose to Riches. When he opened with that Boulevard from Broken Dreams at Green Day, I just never thought he would like try something like that.
Different, yeah, I thought.
And again, to go back to Money, what is it? Tap Out on there.
These niggas capping in, living with they talk about.
Like, I had to, you know, like, and Benzo's one of those artists where when he just started rapping, I don't even like him to have features, because when that nigga get in his bag, I just can't stand with a nigga interrupted, you know? But like, the features delivered, so I had to go with that one.
Shout out, man. Shout out to
which one you said, Rose to Riches?
Rose to Riches, yes.
Gotcha.
That boy.
I put Socks on there. LV Wake Up.
Okay.
1.5.
Him and Jovan, 1.5. Yes, excuse me. You know, it's just. This is hard, right? Okay, so then I'm definitely past 10. I'm not gonna lie, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into my honorable mentions. I'm gonna do Lucky 2 Time 1111. I'm gonna put that in there because the story behind it. That woman still was able to put together a project after her son was taken from her. I ain't never seen no shit like that. She could have gave up and she could have just let his music just sit there, and she still put a project together, and she went through a lot of shit to get it done, but she got it done. So I don't give a fuck how that make nobody feel. I know last time we was bringing up Lucky, they was like, y'all doing it for clout. No, y'all niggas don't understand.
Go
you know what I'm saying?
Lucky.
How she moving in this shit. Like, she's still pushing the brand.
And he still got the Kode Se7en. He sound
like
you can play him right now. It sound like he just recorded yesterday.
And I'm gonna speed it up. Okay, so then I got I'm my honorable mention. So I got Momar. I'm gonna be something. I don't know if y'all know more. And then these are my December picks. Obviously, Perrier, Lost in November. I'm not gonna speak about any album of 2021 without mentioning that. 2C, Soul of the Streets, Teddy Crooklyn, Gemini, Taz Gotti, Streets Proposition. I wanted to put this one. This was hard. I like that one so much. I really like Taz Gotti. FL Nino, Last 7. Larry, okay, I'm cheating. Larry Dub, something for the ladies. He just dropped that in December, so that don't count. Then I put the Herbo in there. But then I had to put Grease.
So you put both Herbos on it, man.
Blanco.
I had to put Grease Blanco because, but Grease, I promise, Grease is in my top, though. I'm just go ahead and put that out there. But I'm done. I cheated.
It's so close. Like,
oh, you ready to get your list or something?
man, because she just gave me the strength. Like,
Go ahead, get it off, babe.
bro, Far From Perfect was crazy for me. My favorite song is Butterfly. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just the truth. Like, people don't like for you to change. You know what I mean? And they feel like it's like, are you leaving me behind or whatever, you know? And bro, we all common people, right? Like, we all trying to come up. So how is it that you feel a way about your homie success? Like, we all got the same city, the same people, the same, because we working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I felt that song. I played that song about 100 times. You feel me? Because it's just true, and the stuff you're talking about in that. Soul of the West, Trey Blue. 17 songs, all by Hitty. I thought it was gonna be something totally different.
I did too.
And it wasn't. It was
Like what we needed.
yeah. It wasn't necessarily like what I expected. You know what I mean? Like, I got what I thought it would be, but it was like deeper than that. You know what I mean? And so not only did the listening party go off well, but I was able to like sit with it for some more. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I was rocking with his lyrics and just like what he's talking about, his pain, his reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I rock with Soul of the West. The Real Me, I like The Real Me more than I like In Due Time. That's why I put The Real Me on there, because I feel like that's what it was. Like, he gave me that. You know what I mean? Certain songs on there, people was close to it. Was it Phineas and Ferb? Right? Like, people was talking about that, and just like what he's on as a youngster, man. It's just like he has some life ahead of him. You know what I mean?
no doubt.
And I like the way he stayed kind of ducked off, but you know what I mean? He's one of those cats that need to stay in the studio and not in the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Talented.
I got the Goddess. We was waiting on it, and she gave us what we needed from her. As a female rapper as well, but as we were waiting and it was highly anticipated, she didn't let up. She didn't let us down.
And she been hey, shout out to Goddess. She been still pressing. She been riding that. She performing. Her East God Sally probably performed more than anybody.
She a head turner for sure this year too.
Yeah.
She definitely a head turner this year.
For sure. Was dope. I Perrier, Unorthodox. I listened to that whole album several times, and for me, again, it's these young ones, man. Like, last year, Lou was like, we got to give these youngsters their flowers, or like give them the door. Like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of grown-ups. There's a lot of adults in here doing music, and I start tapping in with them because it's a lot of them. And Perrier sticks out to me. You know what I mean? And I haven't sat with Lost in November yet, but I will. But definitely Unorthodox for me. And then Babe Blue, My Turn, 25 songs. I say this all the time.
I think a piece for that.
As a way more than a local nigga, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, wow, and a lot of them songs, bro, we sat with and we really like it. 25 songs. Now, did I listen to 25 songs all the time? No. So now I got my favorites. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of course.
And rock with it. But for you to be that bold and to do that, bro, good work.
Yeah.
Yes, Garvey for me as well. Trey Bizzle and Taz Gotti need an actual, like, they need an album together. I like that tug of war for sure.
Oh yeah.
I put 11-11 on there because I wanted to reach back early. You know what I mean, into the year, because this is the year.
Right.
And I don't know, man. It just felt like he was still here for me. You know what I'm saying? And Pain Drinking, even though he didn't have
my shit right there.
He didn't have the verse, but just the hook enough for me. You know what I'm saying?
That song, for me, though, it makes me so emotional because it's like, it reminds me of like, damn, he's physically gone, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it
is emotional.
I don't know.
No
But I didn't even
But that's my song, though.
That's
I feel away. I'm like,
when
I come on,
it's that emotional.
It fucks you up.
But that's my track. I did do West Side for the Win. I like how they came, man. I was waiting on that. We was waiting on that for so long.
Didn't know I was on that shit tough.
We was waiting and they didn't disappoint. And that's what I'm saying. These are some of them are highly anticipated albums. some of these are highly anticipated albums, and they didn't let us down, and that's how I feel. They didn't let me down while I waited on it.
Shout out Goose and Miles
You
for
feel
that,
me?
for sure.
And then Jovi Joe group Home Baby.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
The reason is because it was a real conceptual album.
Yeah, that one was good.
Like, it's not a lot. Like, a lot of these, you know, they're conceptual albums. But that one, he dug deep. He gave us some stuff that was low-key embarrassing. He gave us his past, present. You know what I mean? And my favorite song is back in 07 and 02. It's Vegas in 07.
Y'all love that song too.
He got a lot of shout-outs, a lot of things I remember. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a real ass song.
That's a real song.
Real ass song
Yes.
right there.
So I remember that. And the rollout and the content and the true stories of Group Home Baby.
Hell yeah.
So no, not any particular order, but those are mine. And it scratched it out. It's all kind of stuff on this paper, but
It was hard.
I got
It's
it.
hard. We had to work this shit.
Honorable
I
mentions.
think like
Spitter P.
Yep.
Something fun.
Okay.
With West and Chosen
What
Rule.
Spitter P you got though?
Because him in general, but Mastermind was a good.
You talking about albums though? Him in general ain't an album.
Huh?
I said what Spitter P album you got?
Oh no, you just said these are
Mastermind.
She
Okay.
only made one really. In short fuse.
Well, you know,
Short
but,
fuse.
you know.
Yeah.
Something fun. Chosen Rule, West. I like Whole Lotta with Hitman. But it's because it was Chosen's first album and he chose to do it with somebody else. You know what I mean? It meant something more to him, and I wanted him to kind of express that, but it did what it was supposed to do for him. I just wanted him to stay, what we say, more consistent after that drop.
Yeah.
I gave my dude, GMB 30, Timeless and honorable mention. He gave us a lot about the family that was lost in 2018. And the second or third song is called Lost More Than a Little, and they got the news clip in there, bro. It just, again, emotional, because that's fam. And everybody that heard the album say they were stuck on that one song. You know what I mean? And then when you go through, you get more of him, and he's coming out of his shell more. Because dude is really a reserved person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then LeJayo, most valuable player. I felt like the songs was too short. They in those, 1 minute, 2 minute, real quick. But the dude is on his way somewhere. And success is here for him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But definitely legit. Because I just got on him, I think, because of Luke too. Like, I'm like, let me check this dude out, LeJayo.
She kept posting him.
I think I first heard him from Ty Herbo.
He cold, man.
We talked earlier, R&B.
You first listened to No 10.
We did R&B. Once the mood mixed and mastered it, I wanted to give her an honorable shout out for that R&B album. You know what I mean? It's an EP, 6 songs, so I wanted to give her that. And then East God Selly, Stay Driven, bro. Like, I'm not gonna do that because that's about who we see in 2022 doing their thing. So I'm gonna keep that right there. So that's my thing. But I know he's finna go crazy.
Yeah. So. Alright, what's up?
It's on the Jewy?
It's on the
Oh, it's on the Jewy. Let's get into it, man. The first one, man, off the first one out the gate. It's gonna come at a whoa, but fuck it. My first one out the gate is Mastermind from Spitter P. That's my first
I'm not mad
one
at
out
that.
the gate. Like the boy just sounded he was just on something else, even with the Shannon Sharp and in the Van Gogh, which I'm
Shannon Sharp and Van Gogh is my favorite two.
which I'm so happy he dropped the
favorite,
visual to the Van Gogh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what, and he just, you know what I'm saying, he stayed consistent. Like, just,
Yeah.
But the Mastermind off the dribble for me, man. Spitter P.
Shout out
Gonna start me off, man. And then we gonna slide. I'ma slide into Blessed. Blessed to be here. Blessed to be here.
Okay.
Crazy. Just with the sonically what they doing over there and what they trying to do or what he's doing is crazy. And
It's not too blessed. You talking about
too
blessed?
blessed.
Too blessed.
Too
Okay.
blessed. Too blessed. Too blessed. Blessed to be here. Excuse me.
Blessed to be here.
Blessed to be here. Ooh,
This nigga named Blessed. All right, we gotta talk about that later.
No, it's a
Come on.
Blessed too.
Too blessed.
No, I'm saying it's a nigga named
it's a
Blessed.
nigga named
Oh, it's a
Blessed
nigga.
too.
Oh shit. Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
I just interviewed. Yeah, Jew.
You just interviewed
Yeah,
him. It's a
Jew.
new. That's
Man.
why I said let's. Which one you talking about? I knew the album, but I wanted to clarify for them.
Too blessed.
Too blessed.
Excuse me. That's at my 2. Far from perfect. Landlord.
It's my life.
Easy.
Took my tongue.
Easy choice.
Easy choice.
Facts.
Yeah, just off
boy
the
know what
just
he doing.
boy know what he
Yeah,
doing.
nigga vet,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? And
Oh,
people
man.
be like, and people could say what they want, like he don't, he don't make the proper structure on his songs. That's a fucking, that's the lie. I don't believe that. It's just his setup and how he give it to you.
Right.
But the way he deliver it, he paint the best pictures.
Paints the
He paints the fucking picture.
bar heavy too.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Because one thing that he does, and a lot of people can't do, it's a lot of rappers that have a million bars. They cannot
Facts.
tell a story. They can't stay on topic. You just have bars for me.
Yeah.
Landlord understands how to give you mad bars and still deliver the story and still paint the picture.
And that is structure.
Everybody
Old
can't
school,
do that.
man.
It can't-
That is
and-
structure.
And I think he can't run out of bars. Landlord
He
might be
can't.
my biggest play. I ain't
I
playing.
can't.
That's my 3. And then coming in at 4, I'm gonna go with the Wake Up 1.5. Easy. Damn, I wish he wasn't on Papers and he could have did a lot with these songs. He has some records on there, especially the one with JR, man, Breaking On You. I think it
That's
was
my
just
favorite
big,
track.
man.
Y'all know
I think it
my
was just
favorite track.
big, man. I'm sorry, but he had some other shit. Shout out, baby. You know what I'm saying? But I think that album was just cool. Just the way he just.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out Socks.
Shout out to
Socks in his bag right now. Socks
bag.
about to have. He
I
about to
definitely
this next year about to be
wish
crazy.
he
Go
did
with it. I wish he would have did. That was at my 4. Man, which Trey Bizzle? Which Trey Bizzle can I give him?
And then-
How many can I run down on him? Like how many can I run down on him?
That nigga
Cause
don't
that nigga damn near gonna fill up the rest of the slots. If I give him everything, cause man, look,
That's
Mansa Musa,
working
It
hard.
was hard, man.
Mansa Musa. But the
I like
one
Mansa Musa.
the one that got it is Garvey.
Garvey.
You know what I'm saying? But damn, man, nah, man, fool.
I think everybody got God.
Garvey, well, shit, I'm going Mansa Musa then. Either way it go, you got an album on the top 10. You don't worry about it.
You might got two.
You might got, but I'm gonna go because they both was good, bro. And it was hard for me to choose between the two, man.
Right,
Because he had on God, he
I
he
like
had,
both of those a lot. Actually.
man, he had records on there, bro. Money weighed on that thing. You feel me?
Right.
You feel me? So then I know y'all, Bay Blue. I know I talk. I went in early because I was like, damn, he gave me so much of everybody else. But when I still went back and listened to it, he still was Bay Blue.
Yes.
He still was Bay Blue.
He gonna bring you.
But he still was Bay Blue, and he gave me everybody else. He didn't let everybody else change who Bay Blue was. So that's why I'm putting that album right there, even though I start, man.
Oh yeah, no.
It's
I was like,
working.
But that happens though.
Shot your
man.
shit.
I got on him,
This nigga.
but
We gonna stay
listen
on
to but when I went back and I doubled back, and you know what I'm saying, as I let the playlist, slide through in the car, and he gradually popped out, I fucked with it, and he got some big records on there, man. So look, that's Bay. It's Bay Blue. Shout out to the North. Shit, we gonna keep it down in the North. We gonna go Benzo.
Okay.
Pro to riches.
Okay.
We gonna go Benzo, man. Shout out Benzo.
Hey, Benzo said this year y'all had you fucked up last year. Last year you had it fucked
You was
up.
on there.
I was on there, man.
album,
Shout out,
You
man.
was on
Fake
that
fan,
album.
man. Shout out.
Gang shit.
You know
He was
what
on
I'm
that
saying?
album.
Code 7 got a lot of albums. A lot of albums.
Yo, we need our motherfucking check, man. Go ahead and cut my check in fucking March. I'll let y'all get it together, man.
Hold on. I'm at 6
You got
now.
6.
I'm at 6 now. I'm going, cause but I'm going Leonitus.
Okay.
Yeah, no
I'm
doubt.
going North Star.
No
I'm
doubt.
going North Star.
We love that album. We all love that
We
one.
loved it that.
Yes.
We loved it that.
Yes, we did.
I personally, my God put me onto this, and I just was,
just listened to it
and it was,
this fall.
man, and it made me,
Shout out to Skinny.
it made me, man. He had some bangers in there.
When did it drop?
I believe in Leonitus.
Leo dropped early.
I see him something about the leather
Leo dropped early, 2021.
Something about nigga in the leather jacket. I was like, yo, I gotta tap in.
Yeah, man. He got some, man. Control.
His outfit.
Control is, Control is that with HOV lane too.
He
Y'all
cold,
know this
man.
is the HOV lane.
He cold.
Yeah, I could feel. Is it hot in here?
Yes.
Yeah, it's getting hot in here.
Is it hot in here?
It's getting hot in here.
I would be remiss. I would be remiss.
Oh yeah.
I would be
That's one of my
remiss
tops.
if I didn't say this man
Go
name.
ahead, get it off.
If I didn't say this man
Get
name,
your shit off.
Yowda, OG status.
One of the albums of the year easily.
Okay.
OG status.
His best album.
Very well rounded.
Mm-hmm.
Very well rounded,
Shout out
man.
Yada, man.
Very
Dope
fucking
album.
well rounded, man. And he displayed and shout out Day Deuce. Shout out, man.
18.
Jazz is on
And
there.
Laser, man.
Jazz.
How did you get Laser to come out the cave on that one?
Oh, man.
I think they cousins. or
Relationship.
something.
Relationships. That's called building relationships. Man, if this ain't even, I'm being culturally biased here,
Go
and
ahead.
I need the people to understand this.
Mhm.
Man, 1111,
Yeah.
understand it. You know what I'm saying? It was a dope album from just beginning
back.
to the end. Album cover, everything. We tried to cover the bases on everything with that, man. And the album to me was special because that was the first time I really got to put my foot in the game and really, you know what I'm saying, talk about structure and shit. And making sure that it's beautiful from the interviews to, you know what I'm saying,
Thank y'all for features.
to the features and shit. You feel me?
Right.
Like the first record she let me touch was that Pain Drinking. That was the first record she said, "Hey, who you think? What you want to do?"
Remember
with
we
it?"
had that meeting
And
with Stone?
Yeah, bro. And Stone. Oh, shout. Hey, Gypsy.
Ghetto
Hey,
Gypsy.
Stone had that record, and Stone reached out to us, and Stone was like, "I don't even want to hold on to this, man. I'm giving this to y'all."
Yep.
But Stone also was on the first single that we dropped. You know what I'm saying? What we made.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it was, you know what I'm saying? It was a win-win, but definitely, man, that was the first record that I touched. You know what I'm saying? You got to, you know what I'm saying, pick and choose. 2 T's just went through something for me, and I just know where he come from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Socks just had he just got that. You feel me? Very, very high energy,
Very
man.
well put
Record,
together.
man. Very well put together, man. From top to bottom, he had street hits. He had radio hits. He had love. He showcased his people, man, and he introduced me to fucking FL Nino, man. Thank you. Thank you for introducing me to FL through that album.
Straight up.
Because I was asleep. And he's definitely coming up later on too. But that Stay Driven.
You got like 30. Man.
Out.
Tom tax.
Time to tax fucking 3.
Oh, you didn't want to say that?
Whoa!
Gave it to Hitty.
Congratulations, Hitty.
Okay.
Hey, that was
Okay,
that
keep
was
it
a
real
good
though.
album.
Good project.
Hitty.
That was a good album.
Eddie was still gonna be people's up.
Hitty. Hey, that Time to tax. I know it's not my co-analyzer favorite of you,
Nah.
but from City Boy,
That was a good
don't
album.
bail on me. Don't you? Hey, hey. It was structured well.
Oh shit.
I like what he did with the futures. He didn't oversaturate it. He didn't oversaturate it. He kept it, you know, when he coulda. So look, Janky Mac G. Janky, I see you, my guy.
Facts.
I see you, man. I see you.
It's regular.
It's regular.
It's
for
regular.
real.
That's my
Regular.
shit. I
For
fuck
real.
with
I like that shit
man.
too. It was
A sleeper for me was Mac Preach.
Sleeper.
yeah.
Sleeper for me
Sleeper.
was
A good
Mac
produced
Preach,
album.
man.
I'm not
Mac
mad at
Preach.
that one.
Mac
That's a
Preach.
sleeper.
Mac
Gold
Preach.
standard.
He been grinding.
Standard, yes sir,
Gold
man.
standard.
Mac Preach,
Gold
man.
standard.
Definitely Mac Preach.
Well produced album.
Sleeper.
Well,
What's your
my
top 10
phone
look like?
got broke on the weekend, man. Shout out to my daughter Gianna. Shout out to Chloe, man. Daddy gang. She just fucking eats my phone, bro. Like bangs it on shit. Like she goes bananas. So my phone is out, but I'm going strictly off the research and off of what I like. First I'm gonna get into the honorable mentions. 1111. This album to me could have been one of the top albums. It's still one of my favorite play albums of the year. I love the features. I think Lucky 2 Times, like everyone said, has a relevant style. He's one of the artists that we in Vegas will always like carry high because he had the industry sound. I feel like more than anybody, man. Like he was ready for the industry, man, and he looked good. Like he looked good. He presented himself well. You know, like I really fuck with 1111 and his EP, Really Royal. Is that what it was called? Really Royal. So 1111 / Really Royal. Honorable mention. I want to give brand new Money album an honorable mention. You really caught me by surprise because you from the Hitman camp. You didn't even have no Hitman features on your album. You had production by yourself. You were very well with the storytelling. You're versatile. You did songs for the ladies. You did songs for the hustlers. Like I really, really like that Brand New Money album. I also want to say that everybody mentioned Lil Socks, but I feel like 20G and also 20G and my nigga Sky Vegas, Sky Money had the better year. I like Sky Money album. Sky Vegas, I'm sorry. Easy Money. It's by Sky Vegas. That's going to be on my list of honorable mentions. And then I'm going to get with my 10, bro. First of all, man,
He don't got a project out there.
He didn't have no project?
Not that I
They had better years. I feel like this.
Like,
I just had to mention that. Yeah, I'm just mentioning 20G because I liked his music and his singles that he put out compared to what I heard from Lil Socks. Like I feel like Lil Socks just could have gave me more out as far as the promotion and shit. Like we just want to see him, you know, and we want to hear from him more. Okay. Like that nigga made Strips on Me, you know what I'm saying? Which I feel like is one of the Vegas biggest singles. So like he holds a lot of regard, but I don't know, man. His album wasn't top quality.
But he had one of the biggest singles.
But he got some of the biggest singles
off his album.
Okay. Yeah.
So what's your top 10 albums?
So yeah, I'm going with Definitionn Relapse. Really, really put together well. He sings well, and he spits bars well. February Perry. Everybody like the Unorthodox. It's crazy because I'll tell you this. My favorite song from Perrier this year is on Unorthodox. You know what I'm saying? And I like that song called Bad Kids too. But February Perry, the album to me, like, it's just amazing. And I think that album could get him in the game signed right now if it was just to be looked upon the right ears. Like I just feel like he just did everything with that album, and he not too vulgar with his women songs. He could get vulgar, but he know how to keep it like player. He player, man. I really, really like Perrier, man. I like the Unorthodox and shit, but February Perry for me, man.
I'm gonna keep it real, man. We just heard some shit from that nigga yesterday. It was the craziest shit. Listen,
he cold, man. He's just cold, man. The way he can manipulate his voice, the way he pronounce words, the way he put shit together, like I just love it, man. I love how he uses punchline. He kind of got like an old heart, you know what I'm saying, like an old soul. So he definitely one of my favorites. Mansa Musa and Garvey, you could split those up, you know what I'm saying. But Trey Bizzle, he just had a great year with those two albums. He got off a lot. His mom had got sick. That kind of killed the momentum he was on. But earlier in the year, those two albums, that solidified his spot early.
I didn't see no momentum slow down. So
like I just felt like between Angels and Demons and then Mansa Musa and Garvey, he's just in a different place. In that place that he was on, I fucked with it and I love it. I respect that. He made a lot of good music. Shout out to Hitman for curating that shit. You know, they just do a lot of good things together, man. My next album would be fucking Trey Blue, Soul of the West.
Is that 5?
I guess that's 5. I don't have my phone. I'm just going off of what I wrote down and trying to remember.
Gave Trey Bizzle 2.
Yeah, no, I
he said he split them.
They split them. I gave Lucky 2 times too. You know, so Trey Blue, man, he did his thing. He built his anticipation, like y'all said earlier. For that album to be produced by Hitman, it just sounded so good, differently. Like it brought out a different production bag for him. And one thing I give Trey Blue a hard time was his singing, his voice. Like, yo, my nigga, you straddle the fence between rapper and singer. You know, so you know what you do. You gotta take your craft serious, and I just feel like he I feel like he really, God bless you, my nigga. I feel like he really taking his craft serious. I really think he putting his more soul and his personal experiences on his albums, and I'm fucking with that, man. Number five, man. This shit's gonna catch a lot of people, man. But I gotta put IC Jonez, God Got My Back, on the top list, man. Out of all the albums that dropped in the latter year, we had Dolomite, we had Spitter P, we had, I think maybe Sean Rose too. What's dude's name, man? What's Michael Mirry name? Skeet. And those guys dropped a little bit earlier in the end of the year / this year. And I mean, I like IC Jonez' album. I like how you had the rollout. Exclusively go through IC Jonez to pick it up. Exclusively go to IC Jonez, you can listen to it. Like, I like how you keep the shit towards you and how you got your brand. I like how you promote and market and put yourself out. The thing that got me about God's Got My Back is it wasn't like a churchy album. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some shit I could like listen to and like enjoy the actual spitting, the delivery, the actual stories without you saying, "Hey, Jesus, save blood, Jesus Christ," like you didn't throw that down nobody's damn throat. You just told your story, and I really respected the production on that shit too. Like, so that to me was one of the hottest albums, man. I know I'm gonna get a lot of shit for that, man, but I don't give no fuck. Like, five. I'm gonna say Fast Money J, because I'm giving these long explanations. I'm gonna cut it short. Fast Money J, No Distractions, one of the best albums. Only because I feel like Kode Se7en, we had a chance to like give our feedback on that album, and he listened to it. But that was the first time outside of me doing this analyzer shit where I got to sit down and like listen to somebody's album from I felt like an A&R or somebody that, you know, and I listened to it very professionally, and I was like, damn, this shit is professional as fuck. He got a lot of different vibes. So shout out to you on that. I love No Distractions. I love the features. You got hype shit. You got club shit. You got singing shit.
Regrets is my favorite.
Whole lot of emotions.
You know,
Full of regrets.
I like Regrets, man. One of the other albums that I really like, that was one of my tops, is FTS Guapo, Sad Boy.
Come on,
This nigga beat selection. He can sing. He remind me of like Lil Uzi plus Don Toliver, Miss Juice WRLD, mixed with a nigga that spit. Yeah, with like a drill. He like the Sounds of the East. They like the 2021 people. Like, they the industry sound of what's going on now. Everybody else in Vegas, they do Vegas. But I think like some of the Sounds of the East, they do industry quality music. So I love that Sad Boy album over Stay Driven. I like there's some songs on Stay Driven, but because I heard the new album coming out, I can't say Stay Driven one of my tops albums. But I really love FTS Guapo, Sad Boy. And if y'all ain't heard that shit, please go listen to that. FTS Guapo, Sad Boy. Sleeping Giant by Mills. Mills, one of the best spitters that we got in Vegas. Always on point with the knowledge. Always gonna give you something to think about. Double entendre king. Always giving you some gangster shit. He's starting to get into his relationship bag. Like, he's starting to be more personable. Shout out to his album too, City of No Sleep. Like, Mills really surprised me with this album, man. And I know he's sitting on shit. So Mills Sleeping Giant though, because yeah, that shit, we woke up to Sleeping Giant. That nigga got up and he got aggressive, man. So Sleeping Giant, man. Also, The Real Me by Ty Herbo. I feel like In Due Time is good, but I'm gonna just listen to it and wait for next year. You know, as far as how I feel about it. But I love In Due Time. But The Real Me, man, he addressed everything from the betrayal, from people snitching, from Lucky 2 Times Demise, from this nigga's metaphorical Phineas and Herb. Everybody talk about that song, Phineas and Ferb, however the fuck you say that. But just his metaphorical mind, he's just ahead of his time, man. Just ahead of his time.
Still one more, that's not.
Number 2.
Yo, and then 10, bro, it's tough because it's so many albums that I did listen to and I did really enjoy, man. And I want to say Babe Blue, but I got to give it to Yada, man. OG status. Okay. This is his best album, most complete album. Lyrically, he stepped it up. I love what he been doing this year for Vegas. He done reached down and worked with so many artists. He worked with Lucky 2 times this year. Like, man, in between that And like I said, Babe Blue album, that was the top albums of the year. It was really hard to pick, man. I really liked it, that Tonyo Mob and They Deuce West Side for the Win. That would be another one of my honorable mentions. West and Hitman, they made a great album this year. Yo, shout out to Vegas, man. Y'all really sitting down and making the albums.
Really listening to it.
Y'all really sit down and make whole fucking projects. And then y'all don't promote them. Y'all make another one. So, like, shout out to the creativity, man. Like, I respect the intelligence and the creativity y'all have displayed this year. It's amazing, man. Fucking amazing. Like, 702, stand the fuck up, man. Like, we can't rank these albums. We can't rank these albums, man. It wasn't easy, man.
Okay. So my 10. Dolomite Commitment Anxiety is on my 10. It dropped late last year.
Yeah.
It still is one of my favorite projects. The concept album, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really into concept albums and the way that it followed that structure through the whole thing. Is the reason why it's one of my favorite albums still.
Shout out Dula, man.
Yeah,
Shout out Dula, my man. Commitment Anxiety. And I said it. I listened to it last year. When we came for the panel, I had already heard it, and I said that I'm quite sure it's going to be one of my favorite albums. I ran it back when we got closer to this. I ran back a lot of earlier projects just to see it where my head was still at, if I still felt the same. So Commitment Anxiety. Perrier, I like Unorthodox a lot. I know everybody said that, but February Perry was like, that was almost my introduction to Perrier.
Okay.
So that's probably why it's my favorite album out of his, because it was my introduction, and I just ran it back so much.
Yeah.
Like, I ran it back so much. I think I played when I first started doing the Skinny Reviews this year. I must have played a Perrier track every time. You know what I'm saying?
You did.
Every time, man.
Break Your Heart. You played that a lot.
I played Break Your Heart so many times. With that being said, Leonitus North Star.
Okay.
Easily, my favorite. Listen, I put you on to that album.
Crazy.
I put you on to that album. I put Lou on to that
forgot
album.
to put this shit on my list. Damn.
I listened to North Star for about 4 months straight. When we went to Lou and Jackie LA Mixer, when he came up, I remember Babe Blue hitting me like, "Is that who you was talking about?" That's how much I talked about the nigga. Leonitus North Star album is cold to me. I still run that motherfucker back all day. DJ Do Wrong, They Didn't See Us Coming.
Man, that changed the perspective.
That only because how much of a game changer it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the album was dope, but it was a game changer. And our first time hearing Do Wrong, as far as me and Tizzle, I was like, oh shit, we got something. We got a DJ. We got a DJ that's representing for the city, and he put everybody in a different element.
We got our DJ Cali.
Facts. I haven't heard Spit a P like that. I haven't heard Weebo like that. Still. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still haven't heard them like that.
Yeah.
He gave me a different side of them. I haven't heard Cross like that. I was happy to hear Rico again.
Oh yeah, they ripped that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
They ripped that song.
So definitely DJ Do Wrong, They Didn't See Us Coming. Ty Herbo, The Real Me. Like being said, it was so personal. Although I fuck with In Due Time, The Real Me is just stood out. Like, and I want to put both of them on here, but I don't want to be so much.
Just do Slash. Just do Slash.
The Real Me.
Just put them.
No, you got one of your mention and one of your top 10.
Yeah, just put Slash on there, bro.
So yeah, The Real Me, Landlord, Far From Perfect. I think that album is probably anonymous in this motherfucking room.
Yeah, that's why I ain't even mention it.
And to be honest, it wasn't on mine at first, right? But what I had to do is take my own advice.
What?
And when I say everybody album is new to somebody.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't keep judging it on the fact that it sounded so much like the Fake Love series. I had to take it for what the fuck it was worth and not count nothing before it. And when I took it for what it was worth, it's a solid fucking project.
That makes a difference.
If I never heard none of the fake love,
right, right.
Far From Perfect,
Dope project.
from the start to finish.
Crazy.
Dim the Lights was cold. You know what I'm saying? Like Dim the Lights was definitely, and then Baller Blocking grew on me. You know what I'm saying? So most definitely.
Block Friends.
Block Friends. You know what I'm saying? Love It Here.
What's that shit with Weeze?
Back dope.
Alive.
You know what I'm saying? I can give you like 4, 5, 6 songs off that motherfucker off the top. So ain't no way I leave that motherfucker out.
Nah, yeah.
That's good.
Taylor Weeze, Let's Talk More R&B. And I wanted to cut him off.
How many songs on that thing?
How
many songs on that thing? How many songs on that thing? I'm like 7 songs on that thing.
Your mama song don't count as a song.
That's number 8.
That's a classic.
That's number 8.
I'm gonna do
It's 8 songs on that thing. It's 7 in that one.
It's 7 in that one. It's an album. It's the album.
Alright,
Taylor Weeze, man. Let's talk more R&B.
Talk to me nicely.
Yada OG Status.
Last breath.
I listened to that motherfucker on my way to California, on my way back. When me and Tilla had our first show, our first interview in Cali. I ran that motherfucker damn near the whole time.
Yeah.
That project was dope to me, and I was on Yada early, like El Chapo type shit.
Yeah.
And then I kind of wasn't really fucking with Yada music for a cool minute, and then OG Status was like a one of the ones for me. Like, okay, he back.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I believe that's 9. So and then I got no, it's not. That's 8.
You can say as many as you want.
I got Trey Blue, Soul of the West.
Oh.
And I was.
You sat with it.
Listen, I sat with it. I sat with it, right?
Yeah.
And one, I said this year, man. I said earlier, like, if that nigga give me a solid project, I can't deny it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He gave me a solid project with a lot of dope ass features this year. I really fuck with Soul of the West when I went through it. It wasn't too many songs that I didn't like.
Complete album.
You know what I'm saying? It's a complete album. It take you through every emotion.
Yes.
And Clarence said, "What put it in 10?" I'm gonna keep it real. Clarence put that motherfucking top tier for me. Clarence put that motherfucking top tier for me.
So funny.
Skits. Oh, that motherfucker put that motherfucking top tier for me, man.
Use your resources, people.
So,
Make sure you come with that.
and then last but not least,
Code
man,
check.
is
We don't do shit for free.
Babe Blue My Turn.
Let's go.
Same shit, man.
Why? Tell us why, man. Really explain why you said that, man. Like, why would that album, particularly that
It wasn't
one?
there. It was not there. I'm gonna be honest.
I know.
With y'all.
So
It was not there.
what made out of all these albums, man? Like what put that one on the top list, bro? For real. I'm curious to know.
The album grew on me. So he was consistent with dropping videos, and I wasn't watching the videos as he was dropping. So I was really watching them like throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every video made sense to me, and it made me jump back to the album.
Okay.
So every time I jump back to the album, I found me another song that I like. Every time I jump back to the album, I find me another song that I like. That's what made it top 10.
Okay.
Because first I was like, whatever. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course I fuck with local nigga Tough. I played that motherfucker like crazy.
Right.
I was like, all right, cool. He got like 4 on here. It's 20-something songs. I'm cool.
Yeah. We didn't like Show Out. We
I
talked about
just
that
think
like a
if he
dog.
would have slowed down on the visuals and pushed them a little bit farther apart,
I feel like he put the
he would have
visuals
stretched
too
the
close
album.
together.
Yeah, he would have stretched the album.
So that's what I said. Because I watched it, I went back and I watched them, and I went back and I watched them. It kept making me go back to the album. Like, damn, maybe I did miss something on the album. And after I kept going back, I was like, solid project, man. Solid project. So
sometimes you gotta bend the block, man.
you have to, man.
Create visuals, he did rollouts. And you can't be mad at
If he would have left, and that's why Sock shit ain't on my shit.
You can't be mad at that.
Because I went through the album, and I liked it, but I was through with that. He didn't have nothing else coming out for me, and then when he came back, when he was finally off papers, it was Lemon Pepper, and it wasn't nothing from the album. So I was, You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing to make me want to go back to the album.
Yeah.
It was okay. We on to something new. I'm gonna go to
Yeah, and I love that song called Game.
Video with Shada Baby though.
I love that song called Game on that album too.
I didn't see him shoot no video.
Yeah,
I didn't see him shoot no
That
video.
song cold as fuck.
Yeah, I mean,
would love to see that shit.
I fuck with some songs on there, but because he didn't give me nothing else from it, and he,
I agree.
Yeah, agree.
you know what I'm saying?
Good point, yeah.
He got a lot of older shit. That was my 10. So my honorable mentions is East God Selly, Stay Driven,
Okay.
Grease Blanco, No Limit Foes.
Hey now. Let me say something. I was just telling you, we was just listening to that all that, man. He was crazy.
No Limit Foes. No Limit.
I can't be there, bro. The bush too long, bitch. What you got for me? He be going.
No Limit Foes was a different bag for Grease, man. No Limit Foes.
Shout out. He
You could
turned.
see the refresh, you know, like you could feel.
You can feel it. He laced my tongue.
And it was so much that would have had it up there. You know what I'm saying? So No Limit Foes for sure. D-Cross Peasy World. I listen to it front to back, but it feels like a mixtape to me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I can't put it in my album bag because it feels like a mixtape to me.
Absolutely.
It just feels like a mixtape to me. So I couldn't put it in my album bag, but I fuck with D-Cross
Dope
Peasy
project
World.
though.
Yeah, that shit was dope, man.
No cap.
You just mentioned it.
Facts.
You gotta mention.
And both, man, y'all know Trey Bizzle is my honorable mention. Both albums, both Garvey was dope. Mansa Musa was dope. I told him and everybody else I didn't need Angels versus Demons.
Yeah.
He could have gave me that shit next
But he
year.
should have gave you that members only though. Don't take that home.
We could have rolled members only to the end of the year.
You gotta drop that members only. What you mean?
That's what we needed.
I needed members only. I definitely needed members only, but I needed members only. I feel like you could push, like, members only is still a hot song right now from that project. I feel like he could have pushed that and gave us that project in January or late this month, and I'd have been satisfied. I feel like we didn't need that motherfucker. The only reason why Mansa Musa and Garvey not in my top.
Why?
Because there's no title track. There's nothing that tells me why we have this as an album.
Right.
When I'm looking at albums, I'm going to why I really like the album.
I respect the hell out of that, though.
That's the only reason. And I like to listen.
I do.
Everybody know I bump Bizzle all fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my guy.
Yeah.
But
There's nothing to ties it.
Yeah, like Heart of the Jets brought me to the Jets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it felt like that. Rochelle Son, it felt like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mansa Musa was like a bunch of songs put together and a title thrown on top. Garvey was the same thing. A bunch of songs put together.
Like
great songs.
Yeah.
But I just threw a title on that motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's like he wanted
Angels vs. Demons was different. It was actually a project.
Go look these names up type. Like
Yeah,
it was like, you know, these were black, you know, major black influences, and
I
he just wanted
respect
you to
that.
go look it up. But it had nothing to do. You know what I mean? So I rock with that answer.
said
I mean, if I name an album, Black Panther, you know what I'm saying? And we ain't talking about the Panther.
Well, I said that about
But he
Coach
said
Dooney.
that.
He had a Bible verse on his
Hey,
shit.
you
I'm
know
like,
what
yo, you got a Bible verse on your shit. It ain't even correlating with your album. You just trying to sound deep, nigga. Like, don't do
I
that.
fuck with Dooney, man. But,
I do too. Don't put no fucking.
Lou J.O. is definitely an honorable mention.
Yeah,
for me.
definitely.
Lou J.O. is definitely an honorable mention.
Yeah.
He's somebody I know I'm looking after. I know I'm gonna look at.
Shit, you put me on the boy Quake.
I'm listening.
Shout out Quake, man.
My nigga Quake.
He put me on him. I ain't gonna lie.
Quake, my favorite trap rapper, man. I fuck with this project. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with this project a lot. If we go on the ATM, that's what I'm going to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm going to Quake. But I like Bless as a performer. You know what I'm saying? We're going to ATM, but Quake definitely.
He the veteran out the clip.
That shit, that shit is that's definitely an honorable mention. So, yeah, man, in my honorable mentions, that's my top 10.
Solid.
That's my top 10.
Solid.
Top 10, man.
All solid albums, man.
For sure, man. I want to say this too. As far as with Babe Blue, I never really been a fan of Babe Blue music. I felt like he was smart for rapping because the energy around him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you the man, nigga. Fuck it, rap. Why not? You feel me?
Shit.
But this time, I've been listening to him, man, and he hard. You know what I'm saying? He really dope. You feel me? I guess I listened to it from a different ear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
And he really dope. You know what I mean? Even when he performed a song like his song with Goddess, like that's the single.
Dog.
Like he one of them niggas that when he get on your song, that's the single.
Just
They
like
gotta
Taylor
hold
Swift.
this together.
Yeah, like they can make an album together. And
Yeah,
it's
that should
crazy.
be so
He had
dope.
that track for so long, and that's another thing that made me give him the edge was a lot of them songs is older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the fact that you was able to keep pushing them, you know what I'm saying, and make it sound new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dog ass sound new to a lot of people.
Facts.
I've been heard dog ass. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
facts.
saying? But it don't sound like that. Like it sound like something we're gonna be talking about forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
He make
You know what I'm
hits.
saying? Like it's one of them tracks. And then local nigga to me is time. Like local nigga to me became an anthem, an instant anthem for the city.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. Love it here. I'm from the west side.
Yep. Yeah, that's definitely a
That's
vintage
right.
single. That's
Like
a
you know what I'm
vintage
saying? Like them are anthems to me.
Bangers.
You know what I'm saying? And Gang Slide.
Yeah.
What about Scripts on Me, man? Do,
I like Strips on Me.
is that a no?
I like Strips on Me. I like Strips on Me. Strips on Me is one of the ones that
Yeah,
turn on, you know what I'm
guys,
saying?
what it do? Huh? What's up?
What's up? You know what I'm saying?
Off Smoke.
Op Smoke is going
That's
forever.
the-
Come on.
You know, I like half
That's the
better
back
than
that
Off
thing up,
Smoke.
my
I
nigga.
like half.
I'll
better
smoke
than
is hard
half.
back that thing up,
I
my
like
nigga.
Op Smoke is Vegas back.
For
Listen,
real.
Half. I
And-
like half.
It is good.
and this
Op Smoke.
this why you DJs got to get on this type of shit because y'all don't see what Op Smokes do to these events. Y'all don't see it. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of this Vegas music do
Every
Yo,
event.
why you fucking around? What do you?
like nigga, we got real hits out here. Y'all acting crazy. Y'all don't give a fuck. Like
You fucking
y'all
around,
crazy.
straight up.
When you start spinning that shit, like
You right about
Yeah.
that shit.
we
Nigga,
get reaction.
I'm ready to do a Pokemon
Really go
battle against
crazy.
niggas for real. I'm ready.
Niggas really go
Cause we
crazy.
do
I'm
this.
ready
Like,
to go to battle with these niggas, man.
Facts.
So man,
Really
hey,
can spin
so
Vegas music all night.
No, my
before we get into the top five, everybody top five and shit. Everybody
Starting
starting
five,
five.
starting five,
Well,
yeah.
start the five. You know what I mean? I want to say.
Go hard for this. How the fuck you winning if you lost in this? Niggas think they own, so they get off in this. It's easy to get crossed in this. On TOP, we gon' get far from this. Step up in they town and burn it down like I'm a horse.